Okay, Pat, what we're going to look at now is the next piece of manoeuvring. We've done the straight reversing and that.
Yeah.
So this next manoeuvre that we're going to have a look at is the reverse to the left round the corner here. You see there's an opening just ahead of us. This is the one we're going to use initially. So in the first instance, really what this is made up of is two straight reverses. Because what we're going to be doing is pulling forward past it and then stopping and reversing back in a straight line to the corner. Once we've negotiated the corner and straightened the car up again, we're going to continue back in a straight line after that again.
Right.
So really what you practiced with the straight line reversing is going to stand you in good stead here because you've already done that. Okay?
Yep.
That makes sense to you there?
Yep.
So all we've got to learn is how to get around the corner.
Yes.
So if you can turn a corner going forwards and going left, technically you should do the same going backwards because you're really doing exactly the same things, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So which way are you going to steer when you get to the corner?
Towards you.
To the left, just as you would if we're going around the left corner. How much steering would you normally put on to turn left? What would determine that?
Enough. Well, the corner itself, enough to actually just get round.
Yeah, yeah. So if it's a gradual corner, you're not going to turn it very far. If it's a sharp, really tight right angle turn, you're going to have to put possibly full lock on.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to look at the shape of the corner to decide that.
Okay.
But as regards what you're going to do, it's the same idea. And when you're turning a corner, if we were coming up here and we were going left, when would you start to turn? Would you turn, say, about that patch in the road up here where the leaves are, or would you wait till you're up at the end of the curb?
If I were turning left? Where the curb, the leaves
Yeah,
on
where
the
the curb starts to go round, yeah. So what do you think we're going to do coming back the way?
Same thing.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the corner.
Yeah, where it starts to curve round.
Yeah.
So, same sort of principles apply, if you can see what I'm getting at, just to make the comparisons there. Right? So, in the first place, as regards the manoeuvre, we've got to choose a safe, legal and convenient place, as you'll have read in the workbook and so on and seen in the video. Now, can you see anything that would take that out into this particular corner, taking that into account, that might make this one unsafe in any way, or illegal, or inconvenient?
No, because it's fairly quiet and reversing into the road, not out of the road.
Yeah, so what sort of type of road would be unsafe to go into?
A one-way street.
Yeah, well that would be illegal as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
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 Right, but that's the idea.
Or a very busy street.
Yeah. What if there was traffic lights or anything? That would be alright.
No.
No, obviously not. Yeah, things like that, and you wouldn't reverse at crossroads or either, places like that. What if there was a school around there or a shopping centre around there? Do you think that would be a good idea?
Not at certain times of day with the school, anyway.
Well, particularly, yeah. It could be inconvenient then because there'd be lots of pedestrian activity and so on. So you're not going to reverse into a busy road. Where's one occasion that you wouldn't? There's one occasion listed in your highway code where it says that you must never reverse. Where would that be?
I must never reverse out of the road.
Good, well done. Okay. So we're always going to be going in the way in that respect. Right, how are you going to control the car here?
Same as the straight line reverse,
Yeah,
slowly
exactly
with
the
the
same.
clutch control.
Good. And what sort of corner might you have here? What's the favourite thing we've been doing throughout with you?
Open corners.
No, something else. Where have we started you off of?
Oh, on a hill. On a hill, slight slope.
Yeah, it's not much, but it's still slightly downhill, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah.
So we've done the straight reversing on the downhill and uphill slopes. Stand you in good stead here. So how are you going to control it then?
With my brake.
Yeah, okay. So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the sort of things you've got to assess and control it in that way. How accurate do you think you would need to be? Would it matter whether we came round in our own half of the road or up on the pavement?
Well, is it reasonably close to the curb? So maybe 18 inches?
No, something around that. When we actually pull forward, as we'll get you to do in a minute, we're going to pull forward here and we're going to actually start off not in a park position like we are just now, but about 18 inches to 2 feet out from the curb, a little bit out. Give ourselves room to work with so that there's no possibility of hitting the curb before we get there. And the idea is to try and keep that distance all the way around the corner.
Right.
On the curved one, follow the curve round at that same distance, and on the square one, come back and try and go round again as neat as you can to that distance. And to finish up there. We don't have to finish up in a park position.
Right.
We're not going to remain there, we're not parking the car, we're merely reversing in with the intentions of driving off in the other direction. So as a result, we don't require to get that close. So 18 inches to 2 feet away, roughly all the way around the corner is where you want to be.
Okay.
Any idea how far back in you would go? Can you remember saying that in your workbook or in the video?
Not too far, but far enough back so that people, you're not a danger to other people.
Yeah, can you remember what the wording is? You mustn't reverse for what?
Longer than is necessary?
Yeah, so not for miles back, but equally we wouldn't just reverse round to the start of the fencing there. We've got to get clear of the corner. So about 3-4 car lengths back, and finish up in that distance. Observation, what would we be looking out for when we're reversing?
As with me turning road, pedestrians, cyclists, other vehicles and things like that.
Any manoeuvre at all, doesn't matter which of the manoeuvres it is, all round observation before you move and while you're moving. Which way are you mainly going to be looking as you come back?
Through the back window.
Yeah. There will be times when I'll be getting you to check ahead and to the right as well, like we did on this straight reversing. Yeah. We didn't just keep looking back, did we?
No.
Because other people appeared, didn't they? And that can happen here as well. Right, so quite clear on that?
Yep.
Any questions about it before we have a go?
No, I'll have a go.
Right, okay, if you're ready, we'll just pull forward then. And we're going to pull about a couple of car lengths clear of the corner. No need to go way up to the lamp post there, but you know, up past the first house there, just about where the fencing is.
Okay.
And just take it steady, have a look in, see if there's any dangers, hazards. Are we going to be able to do this one?
Yeah, I think
Apart
so.
from the cutaway well back. Yeah, that's the idea. Keep yourself out about there, and that's far enough. Check your mirrors. Now, he wasn't in sight when we were stopping, so the signal wasn't necessary at that point. I think he's going to do a U-turn and get out of our way in here. Right, what's the first thing you're going to do now, before you, as you did for your straight reverse?
I'm going to take my seatbelt off and turn round in my seat.
Right, okay, just go ahead and do that then. Right, you comfortable enough at that? You can see out the back all right?
Yeah.
Right, so if you'd like to get the car repaired, and good, you put your foot in the brake before release the handbrake.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do before you release the handbrake?
My observations.
Right, good, all round about.
Yeah.
Clear, safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. Advisable to keep both hands on at the moment, but you know, 12 o'clock's alright. Well, just pause for a second before you go any further. What's going to happen to the car as did when we did our straight reverse if you got your wheel that way?
It's going to move.
Out the way, yeah.
Out that way.
So just straighten it again, yeah, just about there. Not when you're stationary, when you start to move. Just keep an eye on that one back there. They did make a little bit of a move, the white car, but I think he's just readjusting his parking position. Now, just pause there for a second. Right, what are we looking for now apart from the car that was coming out from there?
Anything in front?
From the
to the side?
Yeah, to make sure it's still clear, right? Now, what you're looking for now, can you remember the point that you're looking for judgment? As to when to start steering round the corner?
The beginning of the corner.
Yeah, right. Have you reached that point yet? Not quite. How do you think you could judge that then? Can you see any of the pavement out the rear window now?
Just a little bit.
Well, that'll disappear in any second now.
Right.
And then it will reappear, the edge of the curb will reappear in the side window.
Oh, so
that gives you a rough guide as to when to start turning. Right. So if you watch for that, check all round about. Right. Just tell me when you've reached that, right? Now. Just brake a little bit. Is there anybody coming out of the opening?
No.
The cyclist gone out? No?
No.
Is it safe?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So you're going to start turning round, yeah? Right.
Towards you.
Yeah, now just hold for a second. Why do you think I've asked you to stop?
Because my front of my car's swinging out and there's Oh yeah, I didn't see him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See how important it is to keep observing? One from the rear, one from the front,
Yeah.
okay? Right, check it, it's clear. Have you got sufficient steering on? Do you think that's following the curb?
I think so.
Alright. Is it still clear? Keep looking at the back. Check to the right at this point. Which way are you going? Just wait and see, because any of these cars could want to turn in here. Where do you think the back of your car is at the moment? Would they be able to get in?
No.
So, what do you think you're going to have to do?
Go further back.
Yeah, but which way are you going to turn the wheel to bring it in a bit?
Towards you.
Yes, because you haven't quite put enough steering on. Okay?
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, it's coming in now.
Right,
Don't
let
steer.
it come in a little bit, then straighten your steering. Don't look at the steering wheel, just your hand back to the 12 o'clock position. No, to the 12 o'clock. Just pause just now till you get it back there. And then as you move, steer back towards me to get your wheel straight. Now, how does that look as regards your straight reversing?
Looks like I'm going to hit the curb.
Well, so what are you going to do about it?
Move it away.
Yeah? Is that coming out?
No, I don't think so. No, I'm just about to hit the curb, I think.
Yeah? So what are you going to do?
Put my handbrake on.
Right. Now, do you think that because we've got yourselves into this position that would be the end of the story? That that would be you failed or you'd give up at that stage?
I would imagine I failed, wouldn't I?
No. You've had the sense to stop, which was excellent, because I didn't say to you to stop. I wanted you to tell me this. If you think you're going to hit the curb and you've got fairly close, which we have, what you want to do at this particular point is not go around the corner again, but select first gear, just pull forward slightly, a couple of yards, couple of metres forward. Yes, go into first, and we can still correct it. You don't require to put your seatbelt on, it's still part of the manoeuvre. It's any manoeuvre which involves reversing. It doesn't say just the reversing part of it. So we're not going far. You straighten your wheel towards me a bit, turn it in a little bit, and stop.
Yeah.
Handbrake, neutral. Sit round a bit again. Now, you're going to be able to correct it from there, do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, right. Watch the pedestrian and the car, right, we're okay. Pitch clear. If you have to stop like that, just all round observation again. Now just try and keep it there, that's coming back nicely. Good. Have a further check to the front, just pause for a second. Have you glance, right, okay. How's that looking?
Good. It's just running on top of me, or bottom of my windscreen wiper.
That's right, yeah.
Can I use that as a guide?
Yes, as you did with the straight reversing, remember that, or had you forgotten?
No.
Right, okay. Make it safe. And we're in the right place, aren't we?
I didn't know you could pull it forward.
Oh, there's an important thing you've learned right away.
It is, yeah.
You don't want to have to pull it forward, we want to do it right the first time.
Yeah.
But if that should happen to you, and even on the driving test, that's quite acceptable for you to do that. You don't sort of say to the examiner, right, can I do that? You merely stop if you think. That's why I was asking you, where do you think you're going? I'm going into the curb, stop the car, don't wait till you're up there and come off, that's too late then, he'll just tell you to drive on. If you're already up there and heading for the fence, that's no good. But if you stop, realise that you're going to hit it, put it in first, don't go around the corner, just pull sufficient forward to get yourself into a correct position to enable you to take it back and correct it, and that's fine. And if it doesn't go, that's the correct thing to do. Quite often that happens with the reverse. If you can't get it in, don't keep struggling with the gear. Take it into neutral, foot off the clutch down again, as you did correctly there, and then you'll find it probably going the next time.
Yeah.
It's quite a common problem, that. And that applies in any kind of car, by the way.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give you as much help. And just ask you odd questions. What about the pedestrians? What do you consider about them?
Well,
where do you think they're going? Where does it look like they're going?
To walk straight in front.
Right, so we could continue back at the moment, couldn't we? As long as we don't start turning.
So if I get to there.
Yeah, okay.
And now they're stood talking. No, they're stood talking.
Right, so. And you've got another hazard, so what are you going to do?
I don't know what to do about them pedestrians. Oh.
Decided to stop and have a chat, have you?
Yeah. Looks like it, yeah.
Are they causing you a problem at the moment?
No. Not if I keep an eye on them.
Okay. Inside here. How do you think that's coming round this time?
I think it's a bit tighter.
Yeah, it is. That's the idea. Keep an eye on them, because just any second they could step off, as they're about to do now. I think decided to part their ways. They're not paying much attention to us. Too busy still chatting, and they're still there, but they're liable to move at any time. Now, how do you see it lining up this time?
Not too bad.
I would say
Just
pretty good. Maybe a fraction in. So which way are you going to steer to do that?
Just to you a little bit.
Yeah.
And then out.
Another check. Yeah, all clear. Pedestrians shouldn't concern us now. Just a shade further. How's that looking?
Good.
And come to a stop now. One little point there. What did we do when we were... Handbrake on, make it safe. Neutral. What did we do when we did the straight reversing before we stopped? Can you remember the fault that you had there? Turning to the front before we became stationary. So what have we done again? Same fault. Otherwise, that was very good. Well done.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, you feel happier with that?
Yeah.
Quite good with that?
Yeah, I could actually see that coming through window and everything.
Yeah, you could see all the difference there.
Yeah.
So just bear that point in mind. Other than that, that was very well done.
Right. This looks an awkward one with this wall.
Well, it's not only awkward, it's more difficult to see. But is there any other problem that you might foresee at this time? What's going to be more difficult to see? Or what might be walking on the road?
Pedestrians.
Yeah, there's a pavement on this side, but they don't always walk on the one there's a pavement on, do they?
No.
Right, okay. So have a careful look into the road as you go past it. Just take it slowly. Oh, no problems there. Just keep out where you are. Just past the driveways to there. That'll do. Nicely. So what in particular are you going to have to be careful of when you actually reach the corner this time?
Pedestrians.
Yeah, and vehicles coming out, because you're not going to have as good a view into the opening as we did on the other one.
Yeah.
And what difference is there going to be with your steering? Having had a look at the shape.
It's a little bit sharper.
Yeah, not that sharp, but sharper than the one we did. Right, if you'd like to have a try now, I'm sure you'll be able to do this though. You just bear that in mind. That's the idea. Good, well done. Make sure it's clear. That's the idea. Can you see in there?
Not yet.
Even more important to keep looking that way.
I can now. I can see it's clear.
Right, okay, check there as well. Which way are you going again?
I've got nearly a full lock on for this.
Yeah, that's right. Now straighten it sooner this time.
No, it's going downhill as well.
So you're going to need to do... Yeah, good. Well done. Now how is it lining up this time?
It's not doing too bad, it's going...
Just control it a bit more with the brake.
It's just on top of me.
Yeah,
windscreen.
but where you want it to be? Yeah, don't look to the front too much. Odd glances to check. How's that looking?
That's looking straight.
Keep looking back this time. Keep looking. Keep looking.
And
Stop.
then stop.
Now you can turn to the front. Right?
Yeah.
See the difference?
Yeah.
While going back, look back. Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It does, yeah.
Any queries on that one?
No, that seemed okay.
Spot on. See how much of slope there is on it now. It didn't look as much, did it?
Didn't it look fairly flat when we looked into it,
yeah. Okay, we'll turn to the right now from here then, and we'll go and find another corner. Okay? Just whenever you're ready, but well done.